Hi, everyone. My name is Davis Geed, and I'm the manager of the analytics practice at Alexander Group. Welcome back to our Sales Asset Utilization video series, which focuses on giving revenue leaders the tools they need to make sure that their sales forces are as productive and as efficient as possible. In today's video, we're going to discuss the third point in our 5-point framework, execution. Execution comprises two main concepts. The first one is sales compensation, as it aligns with your go-to-customer strategy. And the second one is about productivity, meaning how sellers are performing compared to market and to their own goals. You might be familiar with Alexander Group's revenue growth model, which is a framework that encapsulates the functions of the revenue organization. The framework is broken into 9 pillars aligned to 3 key areas: sales strategy, sales structure, and sales management. When we talk about execution, we are largely referring to the right third of the pillars. Ultimately, execution is about talent, skills, and supervision, productivity, quotas, and metrics tracking, and of course, linking pay and performance to drive growth. To give us a little bit more detail around execution, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Parker, who's a business analyst with the sales analytics team.
Thanks, Davis. We can think about execution in terms of levers to pull and outcome metrics. Levers include pay levels and pay at risk, and sales compensation plan elements such as measures and mechanics, and thresholds, caps, and accelerators. Outcome metrics include revenue per rep, percent of reps at or above quota, actual versus budgeted compensation, average quota attainment and distribution, and overall plan alignment with revenue strategy. By looking at execution as a function with these inputs and outputs, we can begin to understand the strategic questions and implications in concern. Is your organization executing well? So, as we noted in our introductory video to this series, on average, only 41% of sellers are at or above quota. This represents substantial misalignment between sales goals and outcomes. To go one click down into the details, a typical scenario of poor execution is a bimodal distribution of quota attainment against goal, where there are 2 distinct groups of sellers, high and low performers. Often, this problem can be corrected by changing the sales compensation plan to balance individual and organizational goals, making sure it reflects the company philosophy and the market opportunity. With this adjustment, quota attainment rates can be balanced.
To check your execution effectiveness on an ongoing basis, you can track certain metrics and perform certain analyses. Some of these key metrics include looking at your target pay levels to see how you compare to market, understanding your base and variable pay mix. So what percentage of your total target compensation comes from guaranteed base versus variable sales incentive, how much revenue your reps or your sellers are bringing in on average per year, and what your reps' quota attainment is, both in terms of the percentage of reps making quota and the average attainment to goal for any given rep. Some other analyses that you can perform are looking at your rationalization across roles, so understanding how different roles are performing based on their sales incentive plan. Looking at peer benchmarks, so looking at the peers within your particular industry. Looking at cross-industry benchmarks, so looking outside of your industry, and of course, looking at best practice. Today, we talked about execution, what it means, why it matters, and how you can look at it in your organization. This is only one piece of the sales asset utilization puzzle. To make sure you're utilizing your sales assets most effectively, you need to look at the right data, get the right context, and the right expertise. Please visit our webpage at alexandergroup.com to contact us and learn more. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video in our Sales Asset Utilization series.